call the regular council land use meeting to order, and starting off with the City Centre, B1.
Madam Mayor, item number 1 is out of order. The applicant asked for this item to be deferred for 2 weeks, so moving to item 2.
It's off the agenda?
Yes.
Okay, moving on to B2.
Move planning recommendations on number 2, Madam Mayor.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 3, move planning recommendations.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 4, Madam Mayor, move planning recommendations.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On the zoning, move first.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And move public hearing be set for Monday, July 27th.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move planning recommendations on number 5.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move planning recommendations on number 6.
Second. All those...
I just want to clarify that this has been an application in process. Is that correct? That's why there's a variance?
Yes, this is one of those ones that since we brought in the tandem reduction, these are the ones that were in process.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move planning recommendations on number 7.
Seconder?
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And move planning recommendations on number 8.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Zoning bylaw move first.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And move public hearing be set for Monday, July 27th.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move the planning recommendations on number 9.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed?
Opposed.
Opposed?
Opposed.
Carried.
I'm pleased to move the planning recommendations on number 10.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move planning recommendations on number 11.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And move planning recommendations on 12.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move planning recommendations on 13.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move planning recommendations on number 14.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And this is under a land use contract. I'm assuming we're trying to get rid of a lot of those land use contracts. This must be... Okay, thank you. 15.
I'm going to move that Council endorse option A for the daycare.
Second. All those in favor? Speak. Councillor Hain.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm certainly supportive of this, of the development variance permit. I prefer to see it go to option B, allowing the group to use the gravel driveway or gravel lot that's existing there, knowing that as they get into business and get further down the road and start to get some income in and that sort of thing, that that at that time they would very likely upgrade the parking lot to concrete, but or to asphalt rather. But I'd like to see them start with option B, which is the applicant's preference, if that's possible.
So you'll be opposing the motion on the floor?
Yes, Madam Mayor.
Okay.
And then if that fails, then I would move option B.
Okay. And Councillor Gill.
I was also just wondering if we could have the applicant come speak to option B in terms of what they're proposing to do on the site and what commitments they can make in terms of timing and the works that are being proposed. I thought it would be just worthy of having the applicant come speak.
Fine with me.
That is generally reserved for denial, so I would put that to you, Councillor Gill, to make a motion.
I'm going to move that the applicant come speak to the application.
Second.
Okay, Council's okay with that? All those in favor? Then we would ask the applicant to come forward.
Hi, good afternoon, Mayor and Council. or is it early evening? I'm not sure. My name's Art Doyle. I'm with Hirschman Enterprises. I brought along with me Cameron and Sarah. They're the applicants for the Camrose Daycare Centre. I represent the owner, Hirschman Enterprises. As Councillor Hain alluded to, we're not opposed to paving the parking lot. It's all about timing. The existing parking lot has been there since 1948. There's many more uses than what was relayed to you in this document here. It was originally a Catholic church, I believe, changed to a Kinsman Centre, then a Rotary Club before it was the Danish Community Centre. When we took it over, it was the Danish Community Centre. They moved out. We ran it for many years with having weddings there and other functions, anniversaries. There was quite a bit of in and out of that parking lot. Since then, the Sikhs used it as a Sikh temple for 2.5 years. We never anticipated, this started out as a simple tenant improvement back in January. Sarah was the manager of 4 daycares, and they wanted to start out with their own business. I was supportive of that, and I thought, well, we just go through a simple tenant improvement here. We didn't anticipate a development variance process, etc. with this, as, again, the parking lot has always been a gravel parking lot. There's a couple of reasons why we're asking for this right now. There's no existing storm service to the property. The rain's always dissipated into the parking lot, and we've never experienced any flooding in the 10 years I've owned it anyway. The existing gravel parking lot has served the building adequately for many times since 1948. We will, as an improvement to that parking lot now, install some limestone or similar product that will be dust-free, that until we can at such time afford to spend the time, and I'll get into that in a second, to get into the parking. When you think about it, they're running a business, and I have a tenant that needs to pay the rent. And so we're not going to not maintain that parking lot. We're going to have many complaints from people that are going into that building if we do, and we'll possibly lose business. So that's not an option. This is a very limited use parking lot. It'll be used to drop children off once in the morning and pick them up again at night. Staff arrive in the morning and stay all day. In fact, the usage is considerably lessened with the current proposed use than what has been used in the past. I've asked the city if they'll consider permeable drainage pavers as an alternate to direct mechanical connection to the city storm, being that there is no storm connection. This question hasn't been answered yet, and I am meeting with them later this week to see whether that is an option. I know that the city of Richmond and other cities are using it now, so that they're able to minimize the loads and stuff going on to the city storms. And again, since this has been percolating since 1948, it might be a viable option there. I'd like to be able to spend some time today to look at that. If you go ahead and deny the use of the gravel parking lot, we're going to have to go through with an engineering processing fee of $1,285. There's going to be restrictive covenants, which you don't have in that package. I got in an email today requiring us for the installation of water, sediment quality control feature and detention infiltration features. It says as the permeable area the paving will be covering is being reduced. It seems to me like it's a bit of a, I mean, if it's being reduced, why don't we leave it the way it is? But so if we go ahead with this, there's going to be considerable loss of time, and I'm not sure how long it's going to take to get civil drawings done, along with again, going through engineering and everything to find out what connections are available on that lot, as there's never been one there.
Could you just clarify one thing? Did you say you were interested in instead utilizing paver stones?
I could use
or a permeable surface?
If the city will allow it, there's a permeable paving stone that may be able to use on that lot, yes.
And you consider that less expensive than asphalt?
Well, no, it's actually, asphalt would be less expensive, yes. But if we can get approvals on that, I can do it sooner, and it'll be certainly
So it's a timing?
It's a timing issue more than anything else.
Thank you for the clarification.
It was important that this project get finished by September. I don't know if that's possible now for the start of the school year. I certainly hope we can still do that. The trades are all in place. Everything's ready to go, and we are improving that building at a considerable expense. I'm just asking you to support the continuation of the lot as a gravel lot, and or if possible, delay the paving of it until we can get all of the requirements together with civil and city and find out. Because it's the timing issue that's holding it up more than anything else.
Oh, that's okay.
Councillor Gill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a question to the delegation. So if we were to approve option B, you'd be prepared to install the paver stones, correct?
The paver stones, or we would asphalt the lot if that's what if it came down to.
And if I could direct that question to engineering and ask the same question, would paver stones be appropriate in this location, and would it achieve the desired outcome that we were looking for in terms of asphalt?
Safety.
To the chair, we would consider looking at permeable pavement. We'd also look at what kind of service connection would be required if something would be required at this site. Currently, it is operating with a gravel lot. Typically, through a new development, we try to clean up the sites with pavement and so on. But we haven't looked at the details of this site to date. We will be meeting with the applicant to discuss that.
Okay. Councillor Villeneuve.
Well, I can understand the issue. I just think it's important in the long run, if this is going to be a viable business and to enhance Cloverdale area, that it's as attractive as possible and also safe for the people that are loading and unloading their families. So I don't have any problem with an intent if you want to put an intention within a couple of years to ensure that the parking lot is brought up to a better standard, then I would be willing to withdraw the motion A and support option B in order to allow the daycare to move forward for September, because we certainly need daycare in the city, but at the same time we want to say that that business is as important as every other business and keep a bit of a level playing field as well.
I might add that the drawings have been submitted to the Chamber of Commerce and the Building Improvement Association. They've got a letter of support. Cameron and Sarah had a letter of support that they sent off to Fraser Health Institute as part of their application as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
So the mover has withdrawn. Is the seconder okay with that?
I will withdraw my...
That motion has been withdrawn. You want to put the other one on the table, Councillor?
Madam Mayor, I'm going to move planning recommendations option B, and I will ask staff to review the opportunity to be able to look at some paver stone opportunity. Failing that, gravel is fine.
I'll second that.
All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. And thank you, Mr. Doyle, for your comments.
Thank you very much.
16.
Move planning recommendations on number 16.
Seconder? Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On the zoning, move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move public hearing be set for Monday, July 27th.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On number 17, move planning recommendations.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On zoning, move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move public hearing be set for Monday, July 27th.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move planning recommendations on number 18, Madam Mayor.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On zoning, move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move public hearing be set for Monday, July 27th.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
move planning recommendations on number 9. 1 second on this one.
19?
19. Yeah.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On first zoning, move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Move
Carried.
public hearing be set for Monday, July 27th.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?
On
Carried.
the second zoning bylaw, move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And move public hearing be set for Monday, July 27th.
All those in favor? So opposed? Carried.
Madam Mayor, I'll
20.
move staff recommendation, which is to refer the application back for further work on number 20.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Contrary.
Contrary? That fails. Is there another recommendation?
No, Madam Mayor, there's a comment, if I may. I put my hand up at the wrong time. I was not following closely enough, and I meant to oppose that.
Are you making another motion?
Do I need to, or do I just need to be counted?
Well, it's floating, guys. We need to make a motion.
Just a point of information, Madam Mayor, on this project.
Yes,
Do we have a bylaw attached to this
we do.
application?
We do. It is attached in your package.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Councillor Gill.
I thought there was a question about that.
But certainly, I just really wanted to speak to it, but I'll propose a motion. I'm going to move first on this application to bring it to public hearing.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Opposed.
Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Opposed.
Carried.
Madam Mayor, just my opposition is that I know there is opposition in the community, so if it's going to public hearing, I'm going to suggest to the applicant that they do all they can to try to make some adjustments. I know there's been quite a bit of work on the project, but
Yes.
I'm expecting that that there's going to be some opposition at the public hearing if there can't be some adjustment, so it's just my advice.
Thank you for that advice. Is there movement? Well, I don't have a motion yet to go to public hearing. So,
move that we move public hearing on Monday, July 27th, and I do have a comment afterwards.
okay, can I get a seconder first before you comment? Okay. Before I call the question on that, all those, go ahead, Councillor Gill, and then, yeah, okay.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Again, I had some difficulty with this particular application, but certainly sending it to public hearing doesn't mean this is a done deal, but I really wanted the opportunity to take it to public hearing. I think that the application itself had a number of merits. I know we've had some difficulty in this immediate area, but certainly I think the developer himself has done his due diligence in terms of wanting to provide a development that was consistent with our NCP. So that being said, I am prepared to support this application to public hearing.
Councillor Martin.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and that was going to be what I was going to say as well. I have had some difficulty with this particular property, but however, saying that, I think it's important that we have a public hearing on it and hear from the residents that live around there.
Councillor
That's why I'm
Hain.
supporting public hearing.
Thank you, Councillor Martin. Councillor Hain.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And in speaking with staff, I was still a little bit unclear as to what perhaps we could expect to achieve by sending it back to staff. And I know there's been a lot of meetings held with staff and with the proponent and with the community, or some of the community. It hasn't met with consensus as yet, obviously, and so referring it back to staff yet again, I'm just really not clear on what the goal of that would be, and whether consensus could be found with those two groups. So I certainly will look forward to a public hearing and hearing it then. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hain. I have Councillor Steele.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just wanted to clarify that as well, that the recommendation to take it back one more time seemed to me to be slightly repetitive and maybe not getting anywhere. I think it's important that these residents be heard and that everything be out and heard at public hearing, and that is why I'm supporting it to the public hearing on the 27th. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. I will call the question. All those in favour? Opposed?
Opposed.
That is carried.
Move planning recommendations on 21.
Thank you. Seconder?
Second.
All those in favour? Opposed? Carried. And Councillor Starchuk, before I call the question, did you want to speak, or are you okay now?
No, I'd like to speak.
Okay.
With regards to referring the application to ALC without comment, I'd like to just say that I've spoken with the applicant, and they're aware of my following comments in the sense that while the 2-for-1 wasn't achieved, there was some positive comments that came out of the AFSAC committee that was there, and the proposal is more about property line adjustments, and there was comments that were inside of our minutes that sounded had the comments of ownership of the property is key, there's a benefit to agriculture, farming a triangle is difficult. And then it was also suggested that a boundary alignment and consolidation of both lots would create a strong benefit to agriculture. So it's my opinion that if we forward this on to ALC, that these comments should go forward with it.
Okay. Thanks, Councillor Starchuk. I'm going to call the question on finish off on 21, and I believe your comments are relative to the next one on 22.
Oh, I am sorry.
Well, we knew where you were going. Calling the question on 21.
Oh, good grief.
Within the timeline that is required of us for an ALC application. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move planning recommendation on 22, Madam Mayor.
Keeping in mind Councillor Starchuk's comments. Second. You seconding that, Councillor?
Absolutely. Second.
Okay. Good. Okay. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On the zoning, move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Public hearing is set for Monday, July 27th.
Second.
It's going to be a busy night on the 27th. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And move planning recommendations on number 23.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Those are your comments.
I'm sorry.
Carried. The same comments are there, yes. That is it.
Bylaws and permits.
Now,
I'll move final adoption on bylaw number 1.
thank you.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And I'll move that we pass a resolution amending the Orchard Grove NCP
Second.
on 2.
All those in favor?
I move final.
Opposed? Carried. And
Second
now,
on final.
second on. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On the zoning, move final.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. DVP?
I'll
Move that the mayor and clerk be authorized to execute DVP 7912032300.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move final adoption on 3 on the OCP.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move final adoption on the zoning on 3.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move that the mayor and clerk be authorized to execute development permit 7909018000.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And on 4, move that the mayor and clerk be authorized to execute development permit 7915002800.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
move adjournment.
Seconder. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. We are adjourned.